It's 93.9 WKYS, your number one for the most hip-hop and R&B in the DMV. Aladdin, Prince of the Airways, hanging out with you. This is the Behind the Mic series. I got a special guest in the building. I ain't going to give no long intro because he really don't need one. The legend ney-yo is here, ladies and gentlemen. The gentleman, yes, sir. Hey, it's a lot I got to talk to you about, and I know you're on limited time, so, you know, I'm going to just, we're going to jump. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. But first and foremost, before we start anything, how is the family? How the kids?
Kids are fantastic. Kids are great. Everybody is good, man. We living life and loving it, brother.
Man, listen, I'm doing my research. I didn't know it was 7.
Yeah, man.
7.
Yeah, man. We're 7 strong. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I thought it was 4. I think 4 is the lucky number for you. But 7. Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Ranging from 14 to 2. Yes. Yes. 7 beautiful children. 5 boys, 2 girls.
What, how many?
5 boys, 2 girls.
Wow. Okay. As a dad, what is one of the things you want to instill in your kids?
Above anything, man, just self-awareness and confidence. You know, those 2 things can take you to the moon and back. I need them to know that it is for them to be who the hell they are, that their superpower is that there is no other them on the face of the planet. Who you are is that's your superpower. There's only one you. And you're supposed to walk in that. You're supposed to walk with your chin up and your chest out at all times. You do not let the opinions of other people sway your opinion. Who you are and what you are is 1,000,000% up to you. It is all right to be you, even if the world is telling you it ain't all right to be you. It's all right to be you. All right, you are ordained by God to be who you are. He made you, and He didn't make no mistakes.
How is it parenting the you out of your children?
Parenting the me out of my children. Well, see, the thing is, I don't parent the me out of my children. Like, and mind you, I definitely see elements of me, you know, younger me, and you know, before I learned certain things, and it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's kind of scary. Yeah. Because mind you, I wasn't a bad kid. I was a sneaky kid. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid to where, you know, I ain't get caught. But I was in the dirt, but I didn't get caught with it. You know, so I watch out for that. You know, my kids are very, very, very smart. Like real smart to the point where sometimes they think they smarter than me. And it's like, come on, look, man, I've been there. I know exactly what you're doing.
I know what you're gonna do before you do it.
I know what you're doing. Come on now. You just rock with it. It's all good.
Do any of them have the music?
Oh yeah, all of them.
Really?
All of them.
Nice.
I didn't even have to Joe Jackson it. Mind you, I was prepared to. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was 100% prepared to get my Joe Jackson on, but no, I didn't have to. They literally sit around the breakfast table and make up songs about how they don't want to go to school. And they make up songs and dances. Any opportunity you give them, they singing and dancing and doing something. Everybody got perfect pitch. Like, yeah, man, it's in there.
Okay, so we got 7 superstars that we need to be on the lookout for in the future.
Coming soon. Coming real soon.
Wow. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, listen, don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Ney-yo is here. Ney-yo, can you believe that you are in the stage I call a legendary act? You know how we looked at Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? I think yourself, Usher, Tank, like I think y'all are hitting the season where y'all are now those level of superstars. I mean, we talking about, we're celebrating 19 years of your...
19 years of In My Own Words.
It's crazy because I got in radio in 2007, so I've grown with you these 19 years. How does it feel to have longevity in a game that usually just kind of, you could be here today, gone tomorrow?
I mean, it's first and foremost, it's an absolute honor and a pleasure. You know, I gotta take this opportunity to show love to my fans because again, without the fans, there is no ney-yo. There is no 19 years of my first album. You know what I'm saying? They've allowed me to live my dream for the last 19 years, and I am eternally grateful for that. It feels good, man. I think I keep getting asked what the secret is. And I don't think it's a secret, to be honest. I think it's just about maintaining the integrity of what it is that you're doing. Like I try to steer clear of trends and fads and things that are literally meant to come and go.
Right.
Like, I think a lot of people don't realize that a fad or a trend, like that's meant to be here today and gone tomorrow. You know, it got to get out of the way for the next trend. And if you base your artistry on that trend, when it goes, you
You
go
go,
with it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always try to keep it in the realm of things that ain't going out of style. A piano is never going out of style. You know, the sound of a guitar is never going out of style. Love as an energy, as a concept, as a song, as a song reference, whatever the hell, it's never going to go out of style.
Yeah.
You know, so as long as I keep myself in the realm of things that are timeless, I myself remain timeless.
Talking to ney-yo right here on 93.9 WKYS. Speaking of timeless, how do you continue to push yourself vocally?
Man, well, you know, as I'm a luxurious 45 years old now.
Oh, man, come on, stop it,
yeah,
bro.
man.
45, where?
45. Listen, brother, it don't crack unless
I
you
know,
smoke it,
hey,
all right?
come on, let them know.
Don't smoke it and it won't crack, I'm telling you.
Hey, listen, I say
Drink your
40s
water, damn it.
So you're 25, you're celebrating your 20s all over again.
Indeed.
There it is.
Yeah, man. But
Second
no,
annual
it's
25th.
just a matter of making sure that you understand this is an instrument, and like all instruments, you got to take care of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went through my stint of, you know, smoking and drinking. We keep all that stuff to a minimum now because it definitely affects the instrument. You know, you just, and mind you, everybody is different. You know, I know I have friends that you will sing me under the table that'll take a fifth and hand down every time they hit the studio.
Yeah.
And that works for them.
Right.
Figure out what works for you. You know what I'm saying? Give me some tea with some honey in it, and I'm good to go. And I feel like as long as I just maintain that, get enough rest, I'll be good for it. I'm going to be rocking as long as God let me.
Is there anything you do to push yourself to go beyond limits that you think you could vocally, or is there a peak?
I don't know. I don't really think about, you know, reaching peaks that I haven't reached yet. Like I feel like, you know, where my voice is at works for what I do. Now, mind you, it ain't like I'm afraid to try anything new,
Right.
but it's nothing that I just mentally put my mind on. Like, all right, let me try this so that I can reach the next level of my voice. I just do what comes naturally. You know, do what my artistic integrity allows me to do, and it works. It works.
Nice. Well, something that worked, and I don't think a lot of people talk about this or haven't. I think you had one of the most classic versus battles. You and Jonte Austin.
Man. Shouts to the
Oh
boy.
man,
Shouts to the boy.
can we talk about? And you had my big brother Tig in the studio with you
Yes,
that day.
sir.
That
Yes,
was
sir.
crazy. But just talk about that versus and just the artistry of having another dope songwriter to just kind of play your catalog against theirs.
I mean, it was, you know, we've seen some of the versus battles go way left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think at the end of the day, everybody needs to realize that it's a platform to showcase what it is that you've done. It's a platform to better, you know, the genre that you're in, to push it forward. And I think that's where me and Jonte wanted to shoot from. It wasn't so much a me versus him.
Yeah, right.
It was you know, I feel like that was educational for a lot of people. It
Yes.
was some of them songs that I didn't even realize
Right.
that Jonte had wrote.
Some
And
of
I'm
those
like- I'm
Aaliyah
like,
records, I
wait,
was
that
like,
you?
oh.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, a matter of paying homage to greatness and exposing that greatness to people who may not have known. And that's what we wanted to do. We didn't want to
Yeah.
make it messy and, you know, talking crazy and all of that. We tried to keep it real classy, real gentleman-like, because I think that's both of our demeanors anyway.
Yeah.
So we just kept it true to who we was, and it was one of the better ones, if I do say so myself.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a classic. I mean, let's talk about the art of songwriting. Where do you think the art of songwriting is in its current state with music?
I feel like we are slowly but surely, the pendulum is swinging back towards creativity again. You know what I'm saying? There was a point in time where we got real basic with it.
Yeah.
And mind you, there's nothing wrong with basic. I think, you know, shouts to the artistry of R. Kelly. I'm gonna say the artistry of R. Kelly,
absolutely.
because I separate the art from the man.
Yes, sir.
All right, regardless of whatever happened, you can't deny that that's one of the dopest songwriters on the face of the planet. You
And
can't
has
deny that.
endless
It is what it
hits.
is. And you know, R. Kelly was one of the ones that ushered in the era of just saying it. You
Yeah.
know, it didn't have to be poetic. It didn't have to be metaphoric. I could just straight up say what it is, and you know, the shock value of that kind of take you to where it's supposed to take you, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, too much of that makes for just a really basic sound, in my personal opinion. So I
Right.
feel like we're slowly but surely getting back to the point where it's like, all right, I could say I want to have sex with you, or I could say I want my body to experience yours in ways it never has. You know, I could. It's something that allows you to use all of your senses as opposed to just one or two. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we're getting back to that. And that makes me smile personally as an artist and as a creative, because that's my whole wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying? I can just say it to you, or I can find a way to say it to make you think a little bit. And I promise you that way is going to be more stimulating, because again, like I said, we're using more than just one or two senses. I'm trying to get your whole body to experience this song. I'm trying to get your entire person to experience this record. And it needs to happen that way in order for that to happen.
And speaking to the ladies, right? Because I feel like with social media, I see these young kids, they're overstimulated, right?
Very much so.
So how do we tap into that? And who are some of the young songwriters that you kind of see have the pen?
Young songwriters that have the pen. I like what Money Long does. You know, I don't know if we could call her a young songwriter. Mind you, she ain't old, but she's you know, she was definitely in the game doing what she was doing before she took on the moniker Money Long.
Right.
But I like the creativity. I like Doechii, like what she does. You know what I'm saying? She gives me throwback Missy vibes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can tell that she's definitely a student of that, student of your Lauryn Hills, a student of, you know, that era. And you can hear it in her music. Yeah. I feel like it's just, I feel like people are tired of just the norm of it, the normalcy of it. You know, there was a point where songs got real short, and it's like people were creating art for the sake of streaming. You know, the shorter your song is, the more times they got to stream it, because you got to listen to it over and over and over again. So you make your song a minute long. All right, well, once that minute is up, you want to hear it again. You stream it again and again and again, and you get the money. All right, yeah, that's cool, fine and good. You freaking the system. But at the same time, if everybody's doing that, the art suffers now. Right. You know what I'm saying? I recall a time where, man, do you remember back in the day where the intro of the song was 4 minutes?
Yes, when you didn't want the song to stop.
Yeah, it's just a vibe.
It was like, oh, come on,
going.
like why is it over?
Yeah. I want us to get back to that. I want people to get back to creating art for the sake of art as opposed to for the sake of commerce. Yeah. You know, I feel like anything that you do strictly for money is never gonna have the depth that I feel like it deserves. Yeah. And I mean, again, it's a one man's opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm being asked a question, so I'm answering it in the way that suits me. I personally feel like if it's art, let it be art. And if you do it from the heart, if you do it from a genuine place, the money will come, because people will realize how good it is, how great it is, and they will pay for it. It's as simple as that. Talking
to ney-yo right here on 93.9 WKYS, and I think this is a perfect segue into the man, Quincy Jones.
Yes, sir.
We lost him. What did Quincy mean to you?
Man, so I've had the honor of meeting Quincy Jones a few times over, and just sitting and conversing with him, and being able to pick his brain. And mind you, it's so his catalog is just. I recently just learned it's my party and I cry if I want to. Did you know that was Quincy Jones?
No.
I was 3 days old when I learned that.
That's 3 days. I'm like, years old.
Goodness gracious! Like, the man could do anything and everything that you could think of in music. The Austin Powers theme song, that was Quincy.
Yeah, that was
the dude could do it all. And I feel like he was just one of them cats where like the music was just a part of him, a part of who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was literally woven into his DNA. And I can honestly say, if not for some of the music he created, there would be no ney-yo. Yeah. There would be no ney-yo. If not for the stuff that he did with Michael Jackson, there would be no ney-yo. These are some of the things that made me comfortable with my own voice. You know, just listening to Mike, listening to Stevie, people like that. And man, Quincy Jones is behind the scenes pulling strings and making those songs what they were. And if not for him, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you, brother.
Hey, man. Speaking of Mike, there's I don't know if we call it a rumor, but you were working with Mike at one point?
Yeah. So right before Mike passed, before the everybody remember the This Is It documentary that happened. So right before he went into that, I actually got the chance to meet with him. And we sat and talked about doing some music together. I'll say that we kind of wrote these songs together, because what I would do is I would write a song and then send it to him, and then he would call me and go, I really like the hook. I think the second verse could be a little stronger. Or maybe if you took the hook to this one and put it on that one, or blah, blah. So it was like 6 records that we put together like that he was going to record after the tour. But then, of course, with some time passed, we got the opportunity to record the songs. So they sit in the archives somewhere, very safely sit in the archives, and waiting on waiting on me to figure out what I'm gonna do with them, man. Because I honestly I can't give them to nobody else. It don't feel right to sing them myself. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so I pull them up and listen to them every now and then, just you know, from on a nostalgic thing. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Okay, you've written for so many people. Do you think that ney-yo has written his biggest song yet?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nah, man. I don't have a prime. If you know what that, if you know
Yes,
what I mean
sir.
by that. There is no ultimate version of ney-yo. I will always improve. I will continue to improve until God decides that my time here is up. I'm gonna just get better and better and better at what I'm doing. And as that is, there is no best song I've ever written, because the best song I've ever written is only as good as that moment. You know, in the next moment, I could write a better song, and a better song, and a better song. Again, until God decides that it's time for me to move on to the next plane, I'm gonna just keep getting better.
Nice. And you have a lot of inspiration right now.
Oh yeah, yes indeed.
I mean, you know, I don't want to talk
man.
about people. Want to talk about
it's
your
all
personal,
good.
your
Listen,
personal
you
business.
gotta live life to write about it, brother. You got to.
You got to.
Good.
I will say I am very proud of your evolution as a man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Because I think as men, sometimes we're just not honest with ourselves, right?
Very real. Very real.
And I feel like you're in a space where you're living your truth, right? So we already know, guys, ladies and gentlemen, there's 4.
Yes.
All right. So in the Bible, 4 is the what's the name? It is the definition or the symbol of completion. Do you feel that you are complete at this point in time in your life?
I'll put it this way. I haven't so much put a cap on anything, but I can honestly say that the level of just zen, the level of zen and happy that I'm at right now, I've never experienced before.
Yeah.
I'm happier now and more at peace with myself than I have ever been in my life.
Yeah.
And if that has something to do with the fact that there's 4, then so be it. But I'm happy right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that matters. I'm happy. They're happy. My children are happy. My mama is happy. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that now I can't say that you know, my children and my mama is happy because I got 4 girlfriends.
Right.
But I feel like there's a synergy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's keeping this whole boat afloat.
Right.
And you know, I feel like my energy is the energy that kind of exudes and spreads over everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm happy, they're happy, and that's the most important part of it.
Now, some people want to kind of understand how this thing works, right? So for yourself, is it 4 different people because you get 4 different things from each one?
Everybody has their own energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody, like, if I was going to be with 4 women that was the same woman, that don't make no sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's 4 different energies, 4 different personalities, you know, 4 different vibes, and it works for me. I've always been, and again, this is what it means to just be honest with yourself. I've never been the cat that could, you know, rock with one vibe and just keep it that one vibe for very long. It's just always been me.
Right.
You know, so this is me realizing that in order for me to sustain myself, my sanity, my whatever, I need multiple energies.
Yeah.
I need it. It just is what it is. So I decided to, you know, go out and find like-minded people. You know, everybody keep asking me, how did you do it? What's the secret? It ain't no secret, brother.
Right.
I just kept it real.
Yeah.
I was just honest. And again, you just said, you know, sometimes it's very hard for men to be honest. It's hard as a society, it's hard for us to be honest with ourselves.
Facts.
We got
Facts.
filters all over the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be who the hell they are. And I'm like, why the hell not? This is who I am. Love me or leave me the hell alone. That's what it is for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to try to be something for you.
Yeah.
I'm too busy trying to be something for me.
Absolutely.
You know, the only people on the face of this planet that I owe anything to are my children. And that's who I'm living for. That's who I'm rocking for. And anybody that has an issue or a problem with what I'm doing, that's you with an issue or a problem.
Yeah.
And I've gotten real good at not letting your problems become my problem.
Amen.
You mad.
That part.
I'm smiling.
Yes, you are.
So I'm going to let y'all be mad. If you don't understand and you choose to stay in that ignorant place,
Yeah.
that's your decision.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to know, I got no problem. I got no problem telling you.
Yeah.
But if you don't know and you done made up in your mind that it's this or it's that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you say it is, that's what it is, homie. You rock with that. Go for it.
It is, man. And I know something that's really big, and I know in your life, your communication has to be top top
It has
tier.
to be. It
Because
has to be.
at any point, if somebody feels some type of way or something
Mm-hmm.
changes, because as we grow and we evolve, somebody might feel some type of way or feelings might change. Does everyone or the rule where you got to come to the table and you got to communicate?
That is the absolute rule. That is one of the. To be honest, that's one of the only rules. My whole
Amen.
thing is, I need to know that I can trust you with my body. I need to know that I can trust you with my heart. I need to know that I can trust you with my mind. I need to know that you'll be honest with me about things that is difficult to be honest about, because that's what I'm gonna give you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we have an issue, if anybody has an issue, we bring it to the table as a collective, as a team, as a unit, and we discuss it. It ain't no side conversations over here,
Yeah.
or so such and such said. Nah, ain't no such and such said, because we all sat at the table and we all laid out what we was feeling.
Right.
That is the only way something like this works.
Amen.
That's the only, and mind you, you got to talk about everything. You got to talk about jealousy.
Yes.
You got to talk about, just insecurity.
Yep.
All of that stuff has to be laid out on the table and handled as a unit. Otherwise, it will fall apart. I promise you.
Nice,
It'll fall apart.
nice. I'm so proud of you, brother. You in town today. You doing
Yes,
it for
sir.
your fans.
Yeah,
yourself,
man.
Mary J. Blige,
Yes,
Mario.
indeed. Man, listen.
Oh man.
This is one of them ones, ladies and gentlemen. I need y'all to, if you're coming, I need you to get there early. Mario has one of the dopest voices on the face of the planet. You do not want to miss that man's set. Get there early. Catch Mario's set. I'm on after him. And then, of course, Mary J. Blige bring that whole thing home. It is one of those tours where you literally going to sing along all night long.
Listen.
Real talk.
So to see Neo is on my bucket list. I've seen everybody perform. I'm not gonna be there. I don't got no tickets tonight, so I would love to see Neo live. We gonna make it. We can make it happen. Listen, I need to be in the. Oh, come on, man. Come on, let's make it. Listen, for those that cannot be in attendance tonight, what is the Neo experience on stage like?
I'll put it to you this way. Every time I touch the stage, I get up there like don't nobody know who I am.
Yeah.
And my goal is to make sure that you know who I am before I leave that stage, which means I'm leaving it all on stage, all right? If you're going to take your hard-earned money and spend it on a concert ticket to come see me, I'm going to make for damn sure that you don't regret spending that money. And that's what it is. We're gonna go from my first album on into the future. You know what I'm saying? I got new music out right now. Make sure you check for that. A joint called Show Me. Very sensual, very sexy record. It's the only new song that I perform tonight. Everything else
You gonna
is
know it.
from the first album on through. Yeah.
I mean, we first 3 albums, in my own words, Because of You, Yeah, The Gentleman. I mean,
Yeah,
06, 07, 08, you.
Yes,
woo.
sir. We just
I
making
have
it
to
happen.
personally thank you for Mirrors and Say It.
Come on now.
Oh,
Come on
my
now.
God. Hey, bruh, thank you. That's all I.
Special portion of the show. Special portion of the show for those records specifically. But I ain't gonna give too much away. You need to come check us out tonight, man. Come be in the house for real.
There it is, man. My man Neo performing live for the fans, ladies and gentlemen. New music on the way, new album.
New album coming soon. We're gonna hit
Okay.
you with a few appetizers first. You know what I'm saying? I got Show Me that's out right now. If you are on my SoundCloud, I put something special on there too. It's a joint called I Don't Need That. Make sure you check for that one as well. But yeah, man. Listen, the music ain't gonna never stop. That's gonna always be a thing. So at any given point, just type my name in one of these searches and you'll definitely find something.
Oh man, for sure. And is there any new up and coming artist or anybody that you will be working with that we need to be on the lookout for?
So me and Zay France are still in the studio, still making things happen. Shouts to the boy Zay France. If you're not familiar yet, get familiar. ZAE France. Make sure you check him out. Let me see. There's a few things that we're working on. I don't want to count chickens before they hatch, so to speak.
Understand.
But just know that we are never not working.
Yeah.
Understand that.
For
Never
sure.
not working.
For sure. Can I put one in the air? Can I? Personal wish list. Can I get a record with you and Teddy Swims?
I would happily do that. Teddy, holla at your boy. Shouts to Teddy Swims. Dude is special.
Yeah.
Shouts to Teddy Swims. Hey, listen, when you ready pimping, holla at me. All right? I'm not difficult to find, definitely not difficult to work with. Let's make it happen.
I love it, man. My man Neo, where can they find you on the social medias and all the things?
IG is just at Neo, Neo. On X or Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called now.
Right.
At Neo Compound on that thing. And then all of the other ones are just Neo, Neo / Facebook and TikTok and all of that. It's just all Neo, Neo. Look for me. I'm out there.
There he is, man. Neo, ladies and gentlemen, right here behind the mic and on 93.9 WKYS.
All love.